Everybody rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which it stands, one nation, liberty. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Lower Gwinnett Board of Supervisor 2023 reorganization meeting. Happy New Year. With that, I'm going to turn the meeting over to our solicitor, Neil Stein.
Good evening and Happy New Year. I will temporarily, very temporarily, accept the position of temporary chair of the Board of Supervisors for purposes of asking if there is a motion for nomination of a chair for the Board of Supervisors.
I'd like to nominate Danielle Duckett as chair. I can't think of anybody better to lead us in 2024 than Danielle.
2023.
2023, my God, I'm already ahead of us. So I'd like to nominate Danielle.
Is there a second? Is
I'll second the motion.
there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll place it up for a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. With that, thank you guys so much. I'd like to put up a nomination for the position of vice chair for the Board of Supervisors. Is there a motion?
Make a motion for Mr. Tversky to serve as vice chair again this year
I'd like to
in
second.
2023.
I'd like to second that motion. Is there any comment from the board? Seeing none. Is there any public comment? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. Person.
Thank you very much.
Next up on page 1, we have appointments to boards, and we can make these in a single motion. So I would like to make a motion for the appointments numbered 1 through 15 on page 1. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. Next up, on page 2, appointments numbered through 16 through 21. Again, we can make these in one motion. I'd like to put forward a motion to appoint those individuals. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, number 22 is the appointment of a Board of Supervisor delegate for the PSATS convention. There is an individual that has been designated. Is there anyone that's interested?
I already responded that I will not be attending.
Okay,
I will attend.
okay, and I can be your alternate.
We'll do my best.
So Janine Martin and myself, Danielle Duckett, as the alternate for the PSATS delegate. I'd like to put forward that motion. Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Martin.
You're welcome.
Next up is the following nominations for boards and commissions. Again, these can be done in a single motion. So I am going to ask number 1 through 9, which all have individuals identified. Put forward a motion to place these individuals on those following commissions as listed. Is there a second?
Before you second, I just wanted to ask if all these people had been contacted and they're all interested.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, just one individual had mentioned they hadn't. Second.
Second? Okay. All those in favor? Oh, well, is there any discussion?
Was there somebody who wasn't?
You saying somebody
Was there
didn't
someone
want
who
to?
wasn't interested?
No. Somebody had not been contacted.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Not been contacted.
who?
Do you want to say who was not?
Contacted.
Well, maybe they have by now, if you were sure that they have, Danielle.
Okay. All right, so we have before us the individuals 1 through 9. we have forward us a motion and it is second. Is there any comment from the board? Comment from the public? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. Next up is the appointment of the Historical Advisory Committee. There is one individual who is for reappointment. It's listed on the agenda. I believe there is an appointment to fill a vacancy. And I think Ms. Martin had an
Yeah,
individual.
I would make a motion to appoint Fawn Austria. She applied in the original round and we were unable to select her because, you know, we had a limit of the amount of people that we could select. So I've re-spoken with some of the applicants who remained outstanding, who's still qualified to serve on the committee, and I would recommend her to the board. She is very excited about joining the committee. She has a strong interest in historical architecture and design, and just really excited to get involved in the township. I would recommend. We appoint Fawn.
Who did we lose, or did somebody?
One of the members is moving to Maine,
Oh,
Michelle Mayer, so she reluctantly had to step down.
So we have before us a motion to reappoint Jill Angela and Fawn Austriac. I'll second that motion. Are any questions or concerns from the board? From the public? All those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. Page 3 is our business and schedules for 2023. First up is resolution 2023-02 to establish the approved depositories. And that goes so forth and so on. Is there any questions or from the board or from the public?
Are we able to do these in one motion or are we doing them individually?
I do believe we can do them in one motion.
For individual resolutions.
You need to do them as individual resolutions. Is that why that little?
Yeah,
Okay. So first up is resolution 2023-02, which is established of the approved depositories. Are there any questions from the board? Seeing none, any questions from the public? Like to make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much. Next up is resolution 2023-03, establishing the 2023 holidays for non-uniform employees. Are there any questions from the board? None. Are there any questions from the public? None. I'd like to make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next up is resolution 2023-04, approving the execution and signing of payroll between regular meetings. Are there any questions from the board? Resolution is up on the screen. Are there any questions from the public? I'd like to make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carries. Thank you. Next up is resolution 2023-05, approving the 2023 fee schedule. Or are there any questions from the board? Questions from the public? Seeing none, I'd like to make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved. Thank you so much. Next up is the approval of the amount of the surety bond for the township manager and treasurer, $3 million. There's no change into this amount. Was included in our organizational package. Are there any questions from the board? None. Are there any questions from the public? Being none, I'd like to make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next up is the establishment of the meeting dates for the Board of Supervisors and appointed boards and commissions. I don't have my glasses. So for the Board of Supervisors, we're recommending, or the motion was to have between January and March, Board of Supervisors meetings be Wednesday, the second and fourth Wednesday of every month. And then go back to our Tuesdays following March. The other boards and commissions are standard up there. I cannot see, is the HRC included in that?
I can't see if it, is it at the very end?
Yeah.
It is,
It's
it's
on the-
first Thursday, okay, it is, 'cause it was to be determined on the one that I had. Are there any questions from the board?
Why is the investment advisory committee date highlighted? Does that indicate that they need?
I think the initial
It has
date
to
was a
be.
Wednesday. The initial date was a Wednesday, and I think it conflicts with our meeting, so we have to,
We had to move it.
yeah.
Waiting for confirmation on that date. And that's not a publicly that's not a public meeting. So we just put it on there just for notification.
I appreciate you moving the Board of Supervisors meeting to Wednesday instead of Monday. That works better for me.
Welcome. Are there any additional questions from the board? Seeing none, are there any questions from the public? We have before us the establishment of the meeting dates. I'm going to make a motion to approve. Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much. Next up is public comment. Is there any comment from the public for items not on the agenda?
I just have
We have
not a comment, just a question, just a procedural question. In the slate on page 2, item number 2 actually had a resolution attached to it. It says resolution number 2023-01. I didn't know if that mattered.
Yeah, it says that we can make a single motion for those nominations, but do we need to make that approval separate?
Yeah, let's make that one separate.
Okay. So we have before us resolution 2023-01 zoning hearing board for a 3-year appointment to appoint Hank Stovall as the alternative member. Are there any questions from the board?
Is that so the resolution is just that one appointment?
Yes.
He's the only one who's up.
Okay, got it. Second.
Oh, I didn't make the motion yet. I'm sorry. Is there any questions from the public? Any questions from the public? Seeing none, I'd like to make a motion to approve. Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Jamie.
Yep.
Just back to see if there's any public comment. Seeing none, we're down to supervisor comments. Tessie?
No comment.
Kathleen?
Just Happy New Year, and the night is still young.
Janine?
Congratulations to our chair and our vice chair and fastest meeting ever.
We still have Mike. Mike?
Happy New Year.
I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I know that we won't meet until later in the month of January, so I wanted to advise everyone that there is going to be an interfaith celebration of Dr. King at Bethlehem Baptist Church on January 15th. So I just wanted to ensure the community is aware of it and comes out to participate. With that, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Hi.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
11 minutes.
Need something?
Hey, just be a lesson.